The Trump-Biden debate is over. After reading comments from both sides, we can draw some conclusions. This debate was a victory for Trump. However, what we witnessed was exactly what I tried to show in my previous video before the debate. I believe the political system of the United States is rotting. I had to stay awake until 4 a.m. to watch the debate. This was the first time new rules were used. They were certainly better than the previous ones, but they did have some weak points. Both Trump and Biden tried to play by the rules, and I think they succeeded. However, at the end of the debate, they did have a little conversation that violated the rules a bit. Both candidates faced uncomfortable questions and tried to avoid them. Trump always had the chance to avoid questions because he tried to answer what Biden said. I think this was one of the weak points of the new rules. They should have given both parties a chance to have a conversation on topics, but the strict rules didn't allow that and cut it off in the middle. Trump attacked the immigration crisis a lot, while Biden, in my opinion, always tried to attack Trump based on personal scandals, such as the sex scandal, the scandal with generals, and Biden accused Trump of lying numerous times, just like Trump did to him. Biden's answers remind me of my school time in Russia when we had English classes. I learned English properly in Hungary because during my school time in Russia, we didn't take that subject seriously. Every time we had to prepare and tell a presentation, my friends and I would use the same sentence over and over again. Biden was like one of us. The sentences he learned in English were, first of all, the fact is, and my favorite one is, the idea is that, and so on. If we start discussing the questions, we will realize that there is nothing to talk about so much, because we already knew the answers and how they would react to them. The new thing I learned from Trump was regarding Putin's peace agreement proposal. He never said before that he doesn't accept them. Then Trump avoided the question about recognizing Palestine as a state, and maybe about the attack on the Capitol. He blamed Nancy Pelosi. This I never heard from him, maybe he mentioned many times, I don't know. From Biden I didn't learn anything new at all, except maybe the statistics he and Trump were giving. American mass media debunked many of them right away, and it was all over the internet. As a Russian, I was curious about the war in Ukraine. Nothing new I learned that even made me question out loud. That's it. Biden said we need to support Ukraine because Putin will attack further, and Trump said Zelensky is the best deal maker. Both of them said this numerous times before. Regarding Biden's statement, I want to comment a little bit. In my previous video, I highlighted numerous times that Biden is a cold era politician, and he still lives in that reality. Russia will attack Belarus. What are you talking about, Biden? Belarus is getting sanctioned by the West only because it's ally of Russia. Putin will not attack Lukashenko. They have an incredible relationship. This statement for me is not a mistake by Biden, but another sign of how he sees the current geopolitical world and what he is selling to ordinary Americans. The topic of Putin wanting to re-establish the Soviet Union is so incredibly stupid that I will create another video about it. Coming back to the debate, as I said, there are strict rules, and because of them, I felt like many topics were not discussed properly. If I highlight the most memorable side of this debate, it will be how two 70-year-old and 81-year-old men were insulting each other like kids. How badly the political establishment of the United States has fallen to a level where two grown men who have seen the beautiful and worst sides of life were telling each other childish insults. Biden, you had sex with porn star while your wife was pregnant. Trump, I didn't have sex with a porn star. Trump, I invited Biden to play golf and he rejected it. He will not be able to even hit the ball. Biden, are you carrying your own bag in golf? Trump, Joe, let's not be a kids. Biden, you are the kid. After watching this debate, the only question that comes to mind is, what was that? The United States, the current world superpower, is in a state of decline. The American establishment needs to take action, but instead, the candidates are insulting each other like children. As a Russian, I should be happy to see that American politicians are not a threat to anyone at the moment. The country itself may pose a threat, but in the hands of such leaders it won't. I always say that the USA is not an evil, but the elites are. You shouldn't hate countries because of these elites. Russia has its own evil elites represented by the 90s billionaires. They are not different from the American ones. When you look at the USA as a normal human being who doesn't have any problems with ordinary Americans, the only thing you can do is wish them luck. On the question of who won the debate, it's clear that Trump did. He was the same as 8 years ago. Biden surprisingly was better than I expected. but he is old in mind. After the debate, he could only leave the podium with the help of his wife. After watching this debate, the question should not be who won the debate, but did the USA win? The answer is no. If you look at the debate without taking sides and just analyze it, you can see that this is a rotting political system. Neither of the candidates presented a vision of a strong leader who could solve superpowers' problems and maintain its status. It's just two old men arguing with each other for this show. Nothing better illustrates the current events in the USA than this debate.